I just wanted to jump on here real quick. Obviously this isn't my usual setup. I literally just took my phone and started recording because I didn't even have the time, or I don't know, felt the need to like get out my camera and have this like setup. I just want to talk and speak what's on my mind because I just meditated, and while I was meditating, this thought came up. Obviously, thoughts come up when you meditate, but the question came up: why do we fight depression? Why don't we peace depression? Why is it always fighting? When you think of the word fight, how do you feel? How does it make you feel? When I say fight, or I think of the word fight, I feel tense. I don't feel good. When I say peace, though, this tension that I'm feeling inside is being released. It feels easier. I mean, obviously, when we look at the world and even the past, people always thought they had to fight for peace. But we've never actually peaced for peace. It's kind of the same within ourselves. I went through depression myself for 8 years, and it became easier the moment I stopped fighting myself, and I realized that what's actually making all this noise inside of me, what's running after me, what I'm actually fighting is my inner child that's been hurt. In my case, it was because of bullying and how people looked at me, right? I felt alienated, and I always questioned myself. Why do you have to be so different? Why can't you be like everybody else? Why can't you just be normal, right? So I was fighting who I am, how I am. And the moment depression got better and my journey of healing took a turn, and I actually went down the road of healing, was when I stopped fighting. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm not like everybody else. It doesn't matter how anybody else looks at me. What matters is how I look at me, right? And when I'm fighting myself, I'm desperately trying to just get to this goal of getting better, but like it's not working somehow. You're just like, why can't you be like this? Why can't you be like this? Why can't you do this? Why can't you think like this? Right? You're in battle with yourself, but you are your own best friend. Your greatest ally in this war. It's not a war. It's just that inner child that's been hurt and wants you to take care of it. I've said this in my last audio. I'm gonna link it at the end of this video in the end card if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't listened yet. But I don't know. This question just came up. Why don't we peace depression? Why do we fight depression? When really it's just trying to tell us something. And it's like we don't want to listen, so we just keep running. And we keep fighting. It's like two people, and one is just so hard-headed saying, I'm gonna go in this direction and this is gonna get me to the goal, and I'm just going that way, like being really hard-headed. And the other person like saying, hey, just listen to me real quick because there's another way if you would only listen. But the hard-headed one is just like, no, we're going this way, right? And that's you fighting. But if you would only listen to what this depression is trying to tell you, you could walk the path of least resistance, of less resistance. When I actually sat down and listened, over time, I just realized that everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Me not being like the others doesn't mean I'm worth less. or not good enough. I'm me for a reason, you know? And I'm awesome the way I am because I hold things inside of me that nobody else can hold like I do. And I think thoughts the way I think thoughts like nobody else can. And I put what I'm thinking out in a way that nobody else can because it's my way, because it's me. It's authentic. It's me. Don't get me wrong. Depression is exhausting. You know, mental health, keeping that up and in check isn't always easy. Everybody has hard days. And it's been a struggle and I suffered. It's been really, really hard. But I didn't get to this place out of depression by fighting it like it's an enemy. I came to this point depression free by listening, by turning around, by facing it. And that's honestly even harder sometimes than running away from it. And that's probably the reason why people don't peace depression. Make peace with depression. That's why people fight depression, because fighting depression is easier than making peace with depression. It's funny, like, people who are depressed see themselves as weak, not good enough. But you getting up every day, despite of being depressed, and sometimes that can be so hard you don't even want to get out of bed in the morning, but you getting up and living regardless and living these days again and again and again and again should actually show you that you're powerful. And I don't want to say it should show you how strong you are, because you're stronger than that. It's only a fraction of strength that it's showing you. And if people would only take that energy they're putting into fighting depression and redirect it inside and listen to depression and make peace with depression, there are literally no limits as to how peaceful you can become and how much better your life can get. But you have to allow yourself to take that step. And it also takes a whole lot of courage. It's easy to fight. It's so easy. Just think about it. When somebody irritates you, or, I don't know, it's just being an idiot, it would be so easy to just punch him in the face, right? Like this. What's not easy, or it's not as easy, is to just let their words go into one ear and out the other. To not react. To not let it have an impact on you, right? Because it's wrong. Like, you just feel this urge, like you need to say something, react, I don't know. To just stay in your power and say to yourself that what somebody else says has nothing to do with me, has everything to do with them, as a reflection of their internal world. It's harder. So I get it. But, you know, making it through depression and out of it is possible. Because I did it. I'm living proof. I'm not depressed. I love life. Absolutely. I don't know. I'm taking this pretty far, so I guess I'm just gonna end this here, but I don't know. That's just my thoughts. So, think about it. Why are you fighting depression? Why don't you peace depression? After all, you're all that you have. You're your own best friend. You're with yourself 24/7, 365 days a year. All day. Every day. Might as well try and make it easier. And make peace. Because changing your tomorrow starts with accepting today. All right?